So you're moving to the Baltimore area, but you're not really feeling living in the city. In this video today, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of living in Baltimore County, and we're getting started right now. What is up, everyone? It's Adam Taylor with the Relentless Home Group of eXp Realty right here in the Baltimore metro area. Hey, if this is your first time to our channel and you're looking to learn all about Baltimore, good news, you're in the right spot. We do videos every week talking about living here, working here, commuting, sleeping here, going to Orioles and Ravens games, and so much more. So if that is the information that you're looking for, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give the little bell a click. That way you're alerted every time we put out another video. Now, right now, I've got to be honest with you. We are receiving so many phone calls, text messages, and emails from people moving and relocating right here to Baltimore, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking of making a move, whether now or sometime in the future, we want to help you out with that. But we need one thing from you, and that's for you to connect with us. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or fan us down with that smoke signal. However you need to get a hold of us, we've got your back when moving right here to Baltimore. Today we're talking all about living in Baltimore County. Now make sure you stick around to the end, because I'm telling you, the last pro and con are the most important and you don't want to miss them. So one of my favorite things about Baltimore County is it's pretty much sort of like a melting pot, not just with the people that live in Baltimore County, but with the homes that you can select from. You see, you have everything from starter condos to gigantic 100, 200 acre farms in northern Baltimore County, and pretty much everything in between. Like, say you like living in a subdivision, well, you've got plenty of that. Or if you want something on the water, we've got access right to the Gunpowder River and Chesapeake Bay. I mean, you can find pretty much any style home that you're looking for in Baltimore County, which is really, really cool. You can't really say that about quite a few places in Maryland, but in Baltimore County, you really are bound to find something you really like. Another positive that I like about Baltimore County are the amount of parks and outdoor activities that you can do in Baltimore County. So for those of you that like going to like state parks, you've got Gunpowder State Park, which is located on the eastern side of Baltimore County. You have Patapsco State Park, which is on the southwest side of the county and actually borders Howard County. So Patapsco is actually split, half of it's in Howard County and half of it's in Baltimore County. Great spot, especially you mountain bikers out there, you're gonna love it. In addition to that, you have places like Loch Raven Reservoir, which is great for some fishing and running and biking. In addition to that, there's the NCR Trail that runs from Cockeysville all the way up to the Pennsylvania line, and so much more. So if getting outside and doing stuff in the community and getting into these state parks is what you're looking for, Baltimore County is right up there near the top with everything they have to offer. So for you parents out there, I know schools are of concern for you. Well, I'm putting Baltimore County Public Schools here in as a pro. Let's face it, Baltimore County does a pretty darn good job of educating our youth here in the area. Now, with that said, are there some schools that don't really make the cut, that are kind of falling behind the benchmark? Sure there are. So make sure you do your school research. Go to sites like greatschools.org and so many others to take a deeper dive into individual schools where you're looking to move. In addition to that, we've got some great colleges here in town, starting with Community College of Baltimore County, Towson University, University of Maryland, Baltimore County, and so many others. So education is a top priority here in Baltimore, and that's why I'm putting it at the top of the list here as a pro. All right, I need to pause real quick because you know what? I forgot to do one thing in the beginning. I forgot to give you all the lay of the land. So let's talk about Baltimore County. So Baltimore is basically a square city with a triangular bottom to one side. What surrounds Baltimore City is Baltimore County. It basically wraps it up over both sides and then heads north to the Pennsylvania state line. The county is run by County Executive Johnny Olszewski, otherwise known as Johnny O. He's been in the office probably a few years now after the passing of previous county executive cabinets. And Johnny's doing a pretty good job. He's got a lot on his plate, but he's doing the best that he can. In addition to that, the county seat, where basically all of your government offices are, courthouses, the Board of Education, all of that stuff is in Towson. So that gives you a little bit of the lay of the land of Baltimore County. So let's jump back in and finish up these pros before we get to the cons. So as we jump back into some of the pros of Baltimore County, look, what I like about Baltimore County is there's multiple ways in and out of the city. Meaning that if 95's backed up, well, you can go down Bel Air Road. Or you can come down Charles Street if you're coming in from Towson and you want to avoid 695 traffic. I mean, there are so many entry points and exit points in and out of Baltimore, being in Baltimore County. So that's a definite plus. Now, another thing what's cool about living in Baltimore County is a lot of the county sits and resides along the Chesapeake Bay, which means you, my friends, if you're a boat lover or a water lover, you're going to be able to have a lot of fun relatively quickly in one of those areas. Areas like Middle River, Bowley's Quarters are great spots to check out if you have a boat or you like being on the water. Now, what's neat about those areas is you're kind of centrally located once you get on the Chesapeake Bay. So you head just south, you're down in the Inner Harbor, and you can get yourself some crabs one evening and then come on back home. Or if you want to go across to the eastern shore, you can do that, leaving out of, one of the marinas in Bowley's Quarters, and within 20-30 minutes, you're across the bay, which would take you probably an hour and a half drive up and around in a car to get to the same spot. So those are two more great things. I've got a few more for you, so let's jump into those. So here's a fun fact about living in Baltimore County. The Maryland State Fair actually happens each and every year in Baltimore County, in Timonium, at the Timonium State Fairgrounds. Now, this is basically, I don't know if it's like a week, 2 weeks long celebration that the state throws each and every year. Now, what's neat about it is not only do you have all the state fair type stuff, it's basically like a gigantic carnival, okay? You also have, a lot of times they bring in big name music acts and they'll perform on the infield of the racetrack that's right there at the Timonium Fairgrounds. It's pretty neat to go to. So sometime that you're in Baltimore at the end of August, beginning of September, right around when school starts, is typically when the Maryland State Fair happens. Another pro of Baltimore County is, look, you're not gonna have any problems finding a retail store that you love. Meaning everything is in Baltimore County, from your just convenience stores like Farms or Wawa or Sheetz, all the way up to your like high-end stores like Louis Vuitton. These stores that are on like Fifth Avenue in New York are right here in Baltimore County, in Towson Town Mall, as a matter of fact. So shopping, my friends, is a piece of cake here in Baltimore County. So is getting great food. Where people are going to shop, awesome, amazing restaurants are nearby. So you're gonna find something that you love to eat when you're out shopping here in Baltimore County. So my final pro is this. It's a very easy one, but important one. It is the affordability in Baltimore County. What I mean by that is Baltimore County is pretty daggone large. So as I mentioned in the beginning, it's a melting pot. So many people there, so many different types of homes, but that first-time home buyer can find a small starter home in Baltimore County. And those of you that are building or looking to expand your families or build like a retirement estate, you can do it at a lower cost in Baltimore County. They still have a ton of land available, especially in northern Baltimore County, to build. So there's so many great things about Baltimore County. In addition to that, the tax rate is lower than that in Baltimore City. Okay, not that the taxes aren't cheap in Baltimore County by any stretch of the imagination. You Baltimore County folks watching this, you know what I'm talking about. However, compared to Baltimore City, it is cheaper. So affordability is an awesome thing about Baltimore County. So let's jump in to the other side of the coin and look at some of the cons. All right, we got to talk about the cons, my friends. I'm gonna give it to you straight. I grew up in Baltimore County. I know this stuff. All right, so the number one con is got to be the traffic, especially the traffic on Interstate 695. That's the Baltimore Beltway, my friends, and it is a beast during morning and afternoon rush hour commutes. So the Beltway is exactly what it does. It runs completely around the outside of Baltimore. All right, the areas that get the most congested are from the 95 interchange on the eastern side of Baltimore County and 695. And if you run that up north over top of Towson, all the way to the west side, right around Interstate 70, Interstate 795, that's where things kind of are really dicey in the mornings on 695. Now, for those of you kind of traveling south, going towards the Essex and Dundalk areas on 695, it's not so bad as you head down that way and head over the Key Bridge and go to points like Columbia and stuff south of Baltimore. But for those of you that are traveling towards that Towson area, 695 is not fun, my friends. It's a pain in the neck, to be honest with you. So for those of you relying on public transportation, I gotta tell you, Baltimore County is not the best spot. Kind of stinks. You see, bus transportation is very limited. I mean, you can get some stuff in and out of Baltimore, but it's not a whole lot. I mean, you're gonna find a lot of stuff kind of around the Towson area, Pikesville area, and even there's some commuter lines that go out to White Marsh. And I used the commuter line in White Marsh for many years, okay? But it's not that great, okay? In addition to that, your other options really aren't that many. You've got a subway that runs out of Baltimore City up to Owings Mills, which is kind of on the northwestern side of Baltimore County. In addition to that, you have a light rail system that runs from Hunt Valley in northern Baltimore County down to Baltimore City and all the way out to the airport in Linthicum. That's it, okay? Not much has changed in the many years. I mean, I used to use the MTA bus system to go to high school at Calvert Hall, and I remember hopping from bus to bus, and it was a pain in the neck, and the bus would be late, and I'd be out there shivering on the bus stop. It's not fun, okay? And then later, as I graduated college, I took the commuter bus from White Marsh down into the city each and every day, and it kind of stinks because the buses stop running at like 5:30. So if you're not off work by 5:30, you better be calling an Uber or something, because you're not gonna really find a way home. So that's it. That's the real deal with public transit in Baltimore County. Another con of living in Baltimore County is going into Towson. Towson's kind of a pain in the neck. I told you, because most of the government offices are there. You have several colleges that are in Towson, and you basically have 3 ways of entry in and out of Towson. Oh, did I mention? Multiple hospitals also are in Towson. So you've got York Road, which runs north and south. You have Joppa Road coming in from the east, and then you have Charles Street, which basically runs on like the west side of Towson and goes down into Baltimore. And that's it. Those are your main entry points in and out of Towson. And I'm telling you, any time of the day, it seems like they're backed up. Now, in addition to the traffic there, you gotta watch out for the daggone speed cameras that they have. Like, every time you go near anything to do with the school, there's a speed camera. Those of you that live near Lock Raven High School, you know what I'm talking about, okay? So, speed cameras are everywhere. Parking is a pain in the neck, and they charge you through the nose for parking. I'm telling you, man, like, it is not good. And then if you're like a minute late or something like that, they got these meter maids. Oh my Lord, they will write you a ticket faster than you can blink an eye. So make sure your parking is tight and try to get in and out of Towson at the less busy times of the day. So what are the activities that you like to do? Do me a favor, and if you would, comment below, because I want to tell you where you can do that. You might say, hey, what's the best vineyard to go to on a Saturday evening with your sweetheart? I'm gonna tell you, all right? Whatever that activity might be, golfing, boating, you know, even doing, you know, like a cycling club, whatever it might be, drop it in, I'll find out for you and get right back to you. And if you're finding this video useful, I'd love it if you'd hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel as we continue to grow and bring you additional content all about living here in the Baltimore, Maryland area. So unfortunately, I've got to give you my last con, and it is a very important one that I need you to pay attention to, okay? Here's the deal. Some of the crime rates in Baltimore County have spiked. okay? You can go to any statistical data site on the internet, anywhere out there, and you can look at the hotspots of where crime is increasing. Areas that I've seen it increase, because you have to remember, I am out in these neighborhoods each and every day. I see stuff sometimes in some areas that I shouldn't be seeing, okay? But areas that I've seen and been in quite a bit are on the east side of Baltimore County, areas along the Route 40 corridor, and even down into the lower eastern side of Baltimore County. There's some stuff out on the west side that's happening. So really do your due diligence. Get the data and statistics for where you're looking to live before you make a decision to move there. But that's where we can come in and help you out. We can get you that data, point you to the right websites, and so much more when you're looking to move here to the Baltimore metro area. So you can see there's so many pros, a few cons of living in Baltimore County, but I'm telling you, I grew up in Baltimore County. It's an awesome spot to live. There's some great communities and great people. So if a move to Baltimore County, or anywhere else in the state of Maryland is in your near future, look, my team and I, we want to help you with that, but we need one thing from you. We need you to reach out to us. Please give us a call, shoot us a text message, send us an email, or fan us down with the smoke signal. However you need to get a hold of us, we've got your back when moving right here to the Baltimore metro area. Now look, a few other videos are popping up. I want you to check these out because I think they're gonna really give you a great picture of what it's like to live here in Maryland. Till the next time, I will catch you later.